Good morning. Geography 243, Remote Sensing 1, Winter Term 2020. I know everybody's very busy this time of the term. We're just finishing up. The weather is warming up just a little bit, so makes things a little more bearable, I think. There are a number of things coming up, as you know. Just run over some of the important dates here. And we do have on our course calendar, our activity 4 is due March 11th. That is tomorrow, because today is Tuesday. So tomorrow, Wednesday, at 6 p.m. And on March 12th, we do have online office hours there from 2 to 4. And I'll be sending everyone a Zoom link a little bit before that time, where you can contact me. We can have FaceTime here, on the internet thing. And if that doesn't work for you, please contact me, and we'll set up time. We'll find a suitable time to talk a bit about a project, or maybe activity finishing, or anything that you want to talk about regarding this course, and other matters in geography. I'm happy to talk to everyone. I've had some great conversations with you guys through Zoom this term. Zoom's working pretty well this term, and I've had some really great conversations. I've enjoyed all of them, and really happy to have met some of you for the first time on online, and then also some of you guys that I already know, just getting a chance to talk to you and catch up and see how things are going. And then we also have office hours on the 12th, that's Thursday. The following day, on Friday the 13th, is our Remote Sensing Quiz 2. And Quiz 2 is maybe a little bit longer than the first quiz, similar format. And so I would set aside approximately about an hour and a half to complete that on Friday. And I have actually added a few hours, about 8 hours, to our time to complete that. So we'll have from around midnight Thursday night all day Friday, this Friday the 13th, and then until 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. So for early risers or night owls late on Friday night, you can work on that quiz. I would do it during a time when you're alert and ready to do a good job on that quiz. So this cumulative quiz, which covers everything we've done so far, is on Friday, and then our final project is due on the 17th, which is next Tuesday, and that's due at nearly midnight, 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, March 17th. No extensions on that. Read the syllabus carefully. We don't have a whole long time to grade, but I'm looking at these to be great papers. I think I've given explicit instructions on what I'm looking for. This is a research paper, so I have a more or less a recommended format that I know works well, and it works well not just for this kind of paper, but for other science papers. I think format, can be modified as much as you see fit, but I found this format works pretty well. It's a pretty standard format for a research paper, relatively short compared to many other kinds of formal research papers that you see for kind of higher stakes research papers that you may come across. We do like for people to read literature and go through and do a literature review, and I've included, you may have seen this link, but I've included a link to a brief presentation, very brief. It runs about 1 minute and 51 seconds at 1.5 speed, so you can really speed through it, which I find from looking at my own recordings, I've found that I like to speed them up a little bit myself, so nevertheless, this I think is a helpful explanation of why we do literature reviews, why do we do it, and some just general tips about how to do it and how to write about the literature that you're reading in various publications that you're looking at. So take a look at that before you write your paper. And this is an important paper. It's a big portion of the final grade. And to the extent that that is important, this paper is important. So it's also important because this is going to produce something, I think, an artifact for your digital portfolio that you're building here at DePaul. And you should certainly save these papers and the graphics that you'll use to illustrate your research that will be stunning, I'm sure, because this is remote sensing, and that's what we do. We make these kind of stunning discoveries working with satellite data, very, very big data. And so make sure you do a good job on this, because this is something that just going forward, maybe for other courses or even for job applications, presenting this work, showing the kinds of things that you can do, or for graduate school, or however you choose to use this. Scholarship applications, there have been a number of students out of this class who, taking the projects from this class, have gotten scholarships, and some of them very relatively prestigious Fulbright scholarships. We've had a couple Fulbrights come out of this class as well. So, this is something to be focused on, I think, on this final paper, and to do a really strong job on it. Finish strong, bring things together, pull things together, and go further with it if you can. Go further with it analytically. So don't just do a change analysis. Do a change analysis and produce numeric results, or don't just do a land cover classification. Do a land cover classification and produce quantitative numerical results that gives your research more power. It gives it stronger foundation, for people to understand and to use the work that you've done. So finish strong, okay? Finish strong, and I'm looking forward possibly to seeing some of you guys in other courses here at DePaul. And if not, cheers, and enjoy your spring break.